welcome to the Louie Herron Podcast, where I'm going deep into business, sales, leadership, and life. And I mean life, from the boardroom to the bedroom, from business acquisitions to personal addictions, from being saved yet still feeling like a slave, from manning up to mousing out, dealing with divinity to reality. This podcast is dedicated to growth, learning, inspiration, and healing. Jump in, hang on, and hang out. You'll never know which topic I'll tackle next. But one thing's for certain, I'm here to share my experiences, strengths, failures, and hope, all to help us live life at the highest level we can. Hey guys, welcome to the Louie Herron Podcast. I am back again. Oh goodness, I am literally still in Valdosta. I am in the hotel and it is after hours and it is roughly 10 o'clock p.m. putting this podcast together. But here's the deal. What I do know is that there are people that have expectations for an episode to drop, and my concern for busyness or being overwhelmed or circumstance should not stop the action. So I'm bringing you another podcast, guys. I'm excited. I'm pumped up. I've got something I was thinking about today, actually at work. I was thinking to myself, what can we do? What can I do? What 10 things could I practice on a daily basis to improve my skills, my self-confidence, my self-worth that will affect my body, being, balance, and business, right? The 4 core areas that you hear me always talk about. So I broke down these 10 things that we all can do on a daily basis, and it takes no talent, 100% effort, right? So if we can dial in and if we can get focused, I believe these 10 things will radically change and transform your current situation, your attitude, your mindset, your skill sets, your habits, which all of that affect the loop of success, whether it's relationally, spiritually, whether it's health, whether it's at the workplace, it will all make a huge difference. So, one of the things that ran across my brain today, I had a circumstance today that really stumped me. Like, and I know when I say it, you guys are going to have the same experience. I legitimately had something that caused me worry. Something was relayed back to me and not only did I feel internally rejected, not only did I feel internally set, I really felt like concerned for this. But I realized, and it took me a couple hours, and again, you've heard me talk about this before, but I realized in that moment, I cannot control another person's actions. I cannot control their thoughts. I cannot control how they think. I cannot control how they respond. I cannot control anything of another human being. So for me to allow those things that I can't control me, keep me in my own mental cage is absolutely ridiculous. So the good news is I got through that, guys. I got through that. It took me a couple hours, but I legitimately got through that. So I wanted to just touch base and let you know, do not worry about the things you cannot control. Do not worry about people you can't control, circumstances you can't control, scenarios you can't control. Only control what's in your neck of the woods, your side of the street, the things you can do every day to get better, the things you can do to be authentic and true to yourself. Work on those things on a daily basis, and I promise you, it's going to help you tenfold. Now, I want to get to these 10 things, but I want to break these down a little bit. I love words. I love the etymology of words, the roots, and where it comes from, the Latin word. I won't necessarily break down that specific on what we're doing, but I wanted to give you the 10 things that I think if we can practice daily, it can transform the way we show up, the way we play the game, the way we do what we do every day in life. So the first thing that I want to talk about is I want to talk about what can we do daily? We can grow daily, right? So when I look up the word grow, to increase by natural development, to increase in size or substance, to expand, to multiply, develop, and enlarge. Grow. When we talk about growing daily, I want you to focus on something. What do you do on a daily basis to grow, to develop, to multiply, to enlarge, to expand? Now, to the contrary, if you're like me on certain days, on certain times, there's no expansion. Sometimes there's contraction. Something happens and it affects my mental being, and then all of a sudden I go into contraction mode. I go to self-preservation mode, sometimes even sabotage mode, right? So that's what the whole goal of this game of life is all about, is to overcome on a consistent level, to constantly
be growing, to increase by natural development. You're going to grow by natural development. You're going to develop, you're going to do some things by increasing in size and substance. Again, having that growth of true substance. So, the first thing that I would tell you out of the 10 is grow daily. Next thing, love daily. Now, I know from a business, leadership, sales, and life lessons podcast, it's kind of like, sort of hokey or soft. But let me share something with you. Some of the toughest people I've ever run across are some of the softest, kindest human beings. Now, they have an exterior that puts on a front, but when you get to know these individuals, and I'm sure there's some people in your life, you know what I'm talking about, they are just teddy bears, great human beings. I think when I say love daily, again, breaking that word down, an active, self giving concern for the well being of others, a strong, warm feeling of personal attachment or deep affection. Now, first thing is grow daily. Second thing is love daily. I want you to think about you get up in the morning, you shower, you brush your teeth, you put your clothes on, you get ready to go to work, you get your coffee, you get your breakfast, you get in the car, you take the same drive the same way every single day. You get to the workplace. Man, we are in such a routine. We haven't even stopped to think about, "Oh, I want to grow today. Oh, I want to love somebody today." No, listen to me. We don't do that, and I understand that. What I'm sharing with you is if we can make an intentional effort to grow every day and to actually love every single day, that active self-giving concern for the well-being of others. Now, in most cases, this is our significant other. This is our kids. We can get better at loving, right? We get so busy that we do our workday. The workday's over. We come home. It's hard to make the time for everybody, the kids, the spouse, the wife, whatever we got going on. I'm sharing with you these 10 things. If we can grow, I'm telling you, change your mindset, your skill sets, change your habits, change your bank account, change your relationship, change your spiritual being, it change your mental health. There's so many byproducts of doing these 10 things. The next thing is energy. Give energy. So let's break that down. Energy, available power, habits of vigorous activity, forcefulness of expression. Listen, people frequently see your frequency. Whether you believe it or not, we all give off the frequency. We all give off energy. It's palpable. We can feel it when we walk in a room. You can feel it when you go home and your wife may be pissed off. You can feel energy. It's real. So, giving energy is one of the most positive, one of the most powerful things we can do as we interact on a daily basis with our peers, our subordinates, our upper management, our businesses, our consumers, customers. I mean, again, giving the energy, available power. Where is energy coming from? If we don't eat right, sleep right, where is that energy coming from? If we don't exercise, where is that energy coming from? And I know you're hearing me saying, hey, get your energy up. Well, Louis, how the hell am I going to get my energy up if I don't feel energetic? I got you. I'm with you. Again, but we've got to do the basic fundamentals on a daily basis if we want to be at the top of our game. If we want to be the version of ourselves we've never yet to meet yet, we're going to have to do those things to get better. The other thing, number 4, we're talking about the things that you can do and practice on a daily basis. Give passion. Passion. Look that word up. A strong or extravagant fondness, enthusiasm, or desire for anything or something in particular. Think about it. When was the last time you practiced being passionate? Hell, when was the last time you've been passionate about something? When was the last time you got excited about something where when you spoke about it, you lit the room up? You let everybody feel that energy, right? Which is number 3, that energy which is causing you to grow, which is number 1, right? So these things all intertwine, but most importantly, habits, skill sets, mindsets, habits, skill sets, mindsets. This is the development at any level, leadership, sales, business owner, it doesn't matter, husband, father, like literally. Think about who you would be if you showed up every day practicing growth, giving love, energy, passion. Number 5, let's talk about being myself daily, practicing being myself. This was a hard word to look up. and really translate the etymology of myself, right? Or being oneself, authentic, real, and raw, true to you. Think about this for a moment. How often do you practice being fucking authentic, really, really real, and actually in the raw? Well, what happens in most cases is you're so damn concerned. I'm so concerned. What is he or she going to think about my opinion, my belief, my position, my stance? I'll play it safe. I won't be myself. I'll play to the crowd. I'll be one of the sheep. This is the problem. Look, when we are our authentic, real, and raw self, we are true to who we are. Listen, own it. Own it. Can you always improve and get better to who you are? 100%. If we practice growth, if we practice love, if we practice having energy, if we practice being passionate, force yourself's going to get better. That's just a byproduct. Again, these are the things, guys, when we're talking about the 10 things that we can do and practice to get better. And what do we get better at? Our body, our being, our balance, our business, our health, our wellness, our spirituality, our relationships, and of course, our bank account. Now, here we're going to go on to number 6. What can you practice? The sixth thing is being grateful. What is grateful? Well, quite simply, it's just being thankful, being appreciative. I'll give you an example. So I'm in Valdosta, and I've got a team leader that's with me, and we're obviously both of us staying in hotels. But most of the time, when we come into a city or we're working with a dealership, we'll we're in a hotel for 10 days or 5 days or whatever the case may be. We'll go to Walmart or Publix, or we'll go ahead and load up on food. Well, I was fortunate where my partner put my food together. This was the first trip I came in, and I had meals already. Meal prep was done. So we worked the first day, and at the end of the first day, we were leaving the dealership at almost 10 o'clock at night. A storm was just starting to come down. It's pouring down rain. We sold 11 cars. I'm tired. I'm worn out. And he's hangry because he hasn't eaten because he has no meal prep. He asked me to take him to the Walmart so we can get him some food. And I said, man, can we do it tomorrow? Can I give you the keys to my vehicle? And he was getting sideways. And I thought to myself for a second, being grateful, being thankful, being appreciative. You know what I really thought? You know what? This guy would do it for me in a heartbeat. He wouldn't even think twice. He would say, absolutely, let's go to Walmart. Louis, let's make sure you got your stuff. And in that moment, I felt like, you know what? I need to be more grateful. This is my team leader. This is my guy that helps make things happen when I'm in a dealership and we're working together. And of course, I took him. The point is being thankful and appreciative, working on being thankful and appreciative daily to your colleagues, your associates, your bosses, your customers. We're talking about practicing 10 things every single day. Every single day, practicing, getting better, learning how to grow, learning how to love, learning how to have energy, give frequency, give that vibe out to other people, being passionate, being authentically yourself, and then also being grateful, which leads me to the next thing that we need to practice, which is being humble. Being humble. Well, let's break that word. Humble, not proud, not arrogant, a courteous respectfulness. Or let me say it like this. How many times have you heard someone saying something like, oh, he needs to be humbled? Ooh, I bet he's humbled right now. Ooh, that was humbling. What does that mean when somebody was just humbled or he needs to be humbled? We're talking about the lowering in condition. We're talking about the lowering of their importance, the lowering of their dignity, because they had the opposite of humility, which is arrogance. And so we feel the need to make sure that person is humble. Well, the reality is humbleness is not necessarily thinking of yourself less than others. You think of yourself as an equal to others, and you're not greater than them, better than them. Humble, humility, giving that frequency off to other people and those around you is something we can practice on a daily basis. We go to number 7. Number 7 is to learn daily. Check the word out, learn, to acquire knowledge or skill by either study, instruction, or experience. So again, if you look at how often on a daily basis are you learning? Are you learning because you're studying, you're practice, you're drilling, you're rehearsing, you're memorizing, you're getting better? Are you learning because you're humble enough to take instruction from others, or you attend classes or seminars or something that gives you instruction? Or are you learning today, or did you learn something today because of your current experience? Hey, I learned something new at the workplace, at in relationships. Either way you look at it, taking the time to learn daily is vital to your mindset, your skill sets, and your habits. Number 9, let's talk about help. To help people daily. This is a selfless act. Break the word help down. To give or provide what is necessary. To accomplish a task or satisfy a need. To save or to rescue. How about this? To make easier or less difficult and contribute to others. Guys, when we're talking about getting better, building teams, leading people, there's nothing, there's nothing more awesome than to see leaders or people of the organization help and give and provide what's necessary to make sure a need is satisfied without even someone requesting or asking, right? To make something easier or less difficult or to contribute to the cause. That's what it takes as we grow every single day in our body, being balanced in business and just expanding and not looking for perfection. We're just looking on expansion. We want to get better every day. We're talking about the 10 things today that we can practice and do daily. The very last thing, which is one of my most favorite, by the way, absolutely love it. The last thing you can do is to be positive and encouraging daily. Let me tell you, I think if there's a power trait a leader can have, a power trait that a great salesperson or closer can have, a power trait that a good business owner can have, man, you got to have positive and encouragement. This is not to say that you don't hold people accountable. This is not to say that you let people get away with everything. Absolutely not. I'm telling you, bring the positive energy to the table. Bring the encouragement. Start your day off today talking about what happened great yesterday. Acknowledge somebody on the team yesterday for what they did. Do it today. Get them in a state. Get your people in a state of culture where everybody is saying something positive about everybody else. You could actually even start one of your meetings by saying, "Look, guys, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go around the room, and I want everybody think about something they witnessed yesterday at the workplace that they thought was positive or encouraging about some other team member that we currently have. John, let's start with you." And then all of a sudden John says, "Well, let me talk about Mary. Yesterday Mary did X." Perfect. Awesome. Thanks, Mary. Great job. Steve, your turn. Okay. Steve, I'm gonna talk about Henry. Yesterday, I saw Henry with a customer, and let me tell you what he did. I overheard him talking to him, and here's what he said. And then after the deal, here's what he did. And I thought that was awesome. Could you imagine every single day, you start off your meetings in a positive, encouraging way? Could you imagine every single morning before you left the house, in some way, shape, or form, you were positive to your spouse and encouraging to her in some way, shape, or form? Every day. Could you imagine if it was reciprocated? She was the same way with you. You both were fighting to see who's more positive and who's more encouraging. What kind of marriage would that be? Guys, we're talking about 10 things you can practice daily. We've gone through them. I've just touched them. I'll reiterate them one last time for you. We want to grow. We want to love. We want to have energy. We want to have passion. We want to be authentically ourselves. We want to be grateful. We want to be humble. We want to learn something new every day. We want to help others. And we want to be positive and encouraging. Guys, this is the Louie Herron Podcast. If this is the first time you've heard me, this podcast was a tad bit different, but we spent 18 minutes talking about how we can develop ourselves, we can grow outside the box, become the best version of ourselves by focusing on 10 traits, 10 areas of opportunity that develop our skill sets, our mindsets, and our habits, which that in turn challenges and develops our body, our being, our balance, and our business. So if you're catching it for the first time and you like what you heard, please do me a favor, subscribe, share it. Somebody out there may need some encouragement. Those that are regulars on here, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. All the love that you guys share from some of the reviews I've gotten has been awesome. Hey guys, if you want any more information on leadership, sales, business, or life's lessons, you can go to louieherron.com. I've got tons of sales and leadership stuff on that website. For businesses, for individuals, for training, for courses. I mean, it's all there. You can also go to YouTube at Louie Herron TV. That's YouTube at Louie Herron TV. Check out content. I'm building it out, keep building it out, keep building out to inspire, to motivate, to educate those that want to get better, want to become the individual that they have yet to see, and they want to grow in their business. They want to expand themselves to the next level. So look, until the next podcast, thank you so much for joining in, and I will see you on the next podcast with Louie Herron Podcast.